Hey, good morning and happy Monday to my parents. How are you all doing this early Monday morning? We are back today, all things reset. If you need a reset in your parenting journey, stay on. All right. So, this is part three, as you saw, of confident parenting. That's what we've been talking about because our goal is to be confident, connected, and caring when it comes to our children. And so, we've been talking about self awareness. And so, we're going to continue with that today. And if you had not seen the others, go back. But self awareness is simply what do I need in order to be my best self, and how will I get those needs met? Period. All right. So, we're talking about emotional intelligence today. That's the next part in terms of being self aware. So, emotional intelligence is simply the capacity to be aware of, control, and express your emotions, right? Again, having the capacity, you being able to be aware of, control, and express your emotions. This is the thing. No emotion is a bad emotion. God gave us all of them, but it's simply what you do with the emotions that you have. How do you execute them, right? And you want to be honest when it comes to emotional intelligence, being self aware, because it doesn't make sense to lie to yourself. And it's super important that you are managing your emotions well as a parent because a lot of times our children feel the brunt of what we're experiencing emotionally. And so we want to make sure we're doing our very best as parents to be able to be our best. All right. So when you are interacting, right, in a personal relationships, you want to make sure that you are handling those relationships judiciously and empathetically, simply with good judgment and good sense. Okay. And then being empathetic, not just thinking about yourself but also being aware and thinking about others. And in this case, we're talking about your child or your children. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is just give you some quick questions for you to self reflect. And again, be honest. Okay. Be honest on where you are because you can build from there. So, the first question is how well do I interact with others? Ask yourself that. How well do I interact with others? The next question is, how well do I handle stress? Super, super important. Again, a lot of times our kids will take the brunt of what we're experiencing because we have stress. But if we're not handling it correctly with our emotions, then they'll catch it. Things that they probably should not catch, right? Another question is, how do I handle failure? We all have them, right? So, what do I do with my emotions when I feel like I've experienced failure? The next question is, how do I handle change? Come on now, we're going to be honest. Change is not always easy. When life starts changing, things are not the way we necessarily want them to be, and we got to pivot, right? What do our emotions look like in the midst of that, and how are we conveying that to our children? The next one is, do I accept and learn from my mistakes, or do I blame others? Do I accept and learn from my mistakes, or do I blame others? And you may say, oh, I wouldn't blame my children. Some people do in their interactions with their children, different things that are happening. Instead of owning what's happening, they will blame others, right? Even sometimes the children. And the last question I'll give you is, do I take the words or behaviors of others personally? Do I just soak it all in? Do I internalize? This one is uber important when it comes to interacting with your children because it is what it is, right? They have behaviors sometimes that we don't like or we don't agree with, or they may make us uncomfortable, that may be inconvenient. Are we taking it personal like they hate our stinking guts all the time? Especially those teenagers, right? Or are we able to manage our own emotions and say, okay, don't take everything personal, don't internalize everything, understand that they are still growing and developing at all ages and stages, even into young adulthood. This is scientific, right? So we don't want to take everything they do personally, but how do we manage our emotions when things are popping off? All right. So just a few questions for you to reflect. If you want to take that further, you see my website, consultant@smcgee.org. We can dive deeper, all right? Book the free call. The free call is 30 minutes. We can get you some strategies going and then even take you further than that if you feel that's what you need to do. But if you are in need of a reset, don't sit there drowning. Don't go at it alone. Get the help that you need, okay? And so then we're going to end with our positive affirmations as we do always. My family is well. Here we go. My family is well. Our bodies are well. Our minds are well. Our hearts are well. And our souls are well. My family is well. Our relationships are well. Our communication is well. Our finances and our resources are well. My family is well. Our love is well and our intimacy is well. My family is well. You keep saying it until you see it. And if you see it, you keep saying it so you can keep seeing it. All right. I love you all so much. Enjoy your Monday, and I will